Hello Divine Beloveds, this is Stephanie Parasha, Divine Light, coming out to you from Aotearoa, New Zealand with an energetic update for Lightworkers and Twin Flames. At this time, I'm recording this on the 9th of December 2018, and I've been trying to find a suitable place to sit to do this recording, and I've ended up sitting outside in my back garden, so you'll hear some various outside kind of noises, and there might be some traffic, there might be some birds and various other kind of outdoor noises that come with sitting outside in the garden. So I'm bringing you this update with the intention of helping everybody that listens to this message understand what's going on energetically at the moment. Often I find that I am able to tune into a collective energy and themes that are going on for a large number of people, and so I talk about those, and I talk about how we can make our way through these energies and navigate them in order to gain strength and well-being, and for ourselves and for others. So during the last month or so, I'll just do go back a little bit further and do a sort of synopsis of the last sort of second half of this year, 2018. This year has been a lot of preparation for Lightworkers and Twin Flames that have realised that they are twin flames and Lightworkers, and they're on this mission, and they've been doing a lot of work and a lot of preparation to heal and overcome fears and doubts and barriers and blockages that have been standing in their way to them being in their own individual power and coming into balance and alignment and harmony with themselves and with others. And as this terrain is being navigated, we come into contact with various others through relationships with others that we learn and grow along the way. And, we have at times divided this journey into different sectors that we're working on, and also the division and the polarity between masculine and feminine, which, as we know, exist within each of us individually and as a collective, and within the various bodies that we've chosen to come onto this planet to inhabit. So in terms of, generalising, and we do generalise when we talk about the divine feminine energy on the planet, which can inhabit either the male or the female body, but predominantly is evident more in the female body. So the divine feminine has been working a lot on her mission, and many divine feminines from sort of throughout July and August and stepping into sort of this time of September were stepping up and shifting into new timelines and new energy spaces in which they were to continue on their mission and stabilising their energies. And this has resulted for many divine feminines in new places of work, new geographical locations, new relationships, or just in general sort of a whole new energy, new careers, new ideas, and sort of pushing on into the realm of standing in their own power and presenting their mission work, their passion and their purpose, and engaging in that in the world. And so we've been, and I will include myself in that divine feminine cohort that has gone through into a new timeline to test the waters of what it feels like to be in our power out there in the world, integrating some of the beautiful work that we've been doing internally in order to assist and help others and humanity. And so the last month, October through November, we had a couple of pretty powerful full moons. November particularly was the Scorpio energy coming through, which was really showing us and highlighting the areas of our most deepest fears, the darkest shadow sides, the parts of us that we thought we'd sort of worked on already and had overcome. Hello, here we go again, sort of coming up for another round of, are you sure you've dealt with that? And maybe there's a little bit more, and that's showing up quite, significantly, very strongly in our world, to show us what we still may have to work on and go to the next level in terms of our overcoming these deeper fears. And that's been really affecting the collective energy field in terms of there's been a lot of what I'll call shitstorms. So I've had to put on our raincoats and gumboots, as we call them in New Zealand, and really weather the storm of some of those heavy, intense, darker, sort of shadowy energies flying around in the universe. And being, along with being a light worker, also comes being an empath and being very sensitive to some of these energies. And what we've had to be a little bit careful about these last couple of months is not getting pulled down into that sort of darker energy, and sort of whilst we're trying to heal, we have to be careful that we don't sink in and sink down into that energy ourselves when we're here to try and transmute that energy. So that's kind of sort of a generalized summary of what's been going on in the last month, and just some tips to help those of you that might still be experiencing some of the wobbles that went with the last month. And sort of for a lot of people I've seen, sort of we've been really knocked around. I've seen a lot of people around me go into those deeper, darker thoughts of, I just can't carry on. I want out. I can't deal with this anymore. At that point where they just can't handle it anymore, it's too much. Losing traction again, feeling as if you're going backwards, where in fact, these lessons are coming up to help us actually stand more in our power. Wherever there's more of a challenge, it's more of an opportunity to rise up. And some of the tools which even myself during these last months, when I teach and preach and talk about these things and coach others, even I at times had forgotten some of the most important tools for this time when things can get really tough and challenging. Even I forgot the key, most basic go-to when times are tough, and that is number one, self-love. Where do I need to love myself more? How do I need to love myself more in this moment? How can I build myself up to know that I'm a good person, to know that I'm amazing and powerful and of value and of worth? What do I need to do to love and honour myself more in this moment? What actions do I need to take? And for myself, I'll just use my example. I've been faced with a toxic work environment where there's a lot of people that are acting out quite difficult behaviours and challenging and very often directed at me and projected at me. And so I've had to, at times I've felt that energy, I've absorbed it and taken some of it on and started to doubt myself and question my goodness. And what that actually was, rather than, loving myself more and not letting that touch me and knowing that I'm actually good and okay, I was taking that on. And, I talked a little bit in my last video about the energy of forgiveness and where we can transmute some of that energy. And, in the same way that our beloved Jesus Christ did, he took on the hatred and the projections and the pain of humanity and absorbed it and forgave the people. And when he used that tool of forgiveness, it transformed the energy straight away, because knowing that these people are in pain. But, Jesus is Jesus, and I'm definitely not in the realm of Jesus. I'm a human, and we're all human, and we're all going to absorb negativity from time to time and not have the strength to be able to deflect it or transmute it, and that takes a lot. So when it's too much for us within our limitations of being human and just being overwhelmed at times by what we're needing to face down here on planet Earth, we have to remember tip number 2, one of the most important tools along with self-love, and that is remembering to reach out for help. And that can be reaching out for help to people in the physical plane, friends that we know are strong and will help guide us and remind us of our light and shine the light back to us and reflect who we really are as people, our very dear, beloved friends, whoever we can access that can help us on the physical plane, remind us to stay strong and to stay buoyant and to keep shining our light and to know that we're good and we're worthy. And if we can't find that in the physical plane, we go direct to Source, Creator, however you choose to use the words, or however you choose to connect to Divine Source, whatever works for you. For me last week, I actually was connecting in with the energy of Jesus Christ, and I, have a direct line to Him. So wherever I need support on the earth plane, I will often call out to Him, and He was right there with me and saying, reminding me of some of the words that He's spoken previously. And I will tell you, I was not raised a Christian, and I'm certainly not a Christian. I do not go to church, but that does not prevent me from having a direct relationship with beloved, the energy of the Christ and His energy. He was telling me such things as, the flesh will be weak, but the spirit is strong, and I am here to guide your spirit and to keep you buoyant and strong, and so that you can rise above and use my power to find the right words and to navigate this terrain of where it becomes very difficult. And I'm right beside you, I'm walking with you, and I will lend you my strength, and I will lend you my shoulder, and I will never forsake you. And so those kind of words we really need to hear at times when it's really difficult. So just a reminder there to connect in when we are in times of trouble. And as I was tuning into bringing through this download, I was asked to sort of lie down, and I on the weekends these days I'm getting quite good upgrades at the moment, and often I can't actually bring through these videos until I've received those upgrades, until I've received the information that I'm being asked to present. And so I was shown, as I lay down and received the upgrade and received the healing energy, I was shown the analogy of the dark of the night. And the dark of the night is very, very black, but on the dark night sky are a million, or probably more, I don't know the words for the amount of numbers that there are, the amount of stars that light up the sky. And they're showing me that as an image of as above, so below, and that analogy of the darkness and the stars is mirrored down to the planet, where it's a mirror effect, so that the planet also has a blanket of darkness over it, but the light workers are the little stars, the little pinpricks of stars that individually we might all be separate at the moment, and it's hard for us to not be absorbed by the blanket of darkness. But the more that we connect together to our light grid and find each other and come together in our clusters, we form patterns, and our light just becomes brighter and brighter and brighter. And we've been told that for a long time. We've been urged to be coming together in groups and to joining our light together to create beautiful patterns and grids on the planet. And they're also showing me, at times when there are big areas of darkness and sort of like wormholes, you will feel them. And as a light, there's less of us right now. There is still quite a lot of darkness. We must be careful to not be absorbed by the darkness, and just keep shining our lights strong so that others can see us, and we will cluster together, we will become closer. So they were just showing me that as a kind of an analogy, I guess, a metaphor of the mirror effect of the as above, so below, that exists on the planet as well. So and then I did a card for myself, but I thought the message was so apt that I wanted to present it to everybody, and I'm going to read it out. It's from the Lightworker Oracle Guidebook by Alana Fairchild, and the card that I got was number 6, the 4th ray of harmony. And I'm just going to read out to you the message in this card, and that's going to be the ending of this recording today. And I hope that I'll leave you with a beautiful message that will help you this week. Okay, so the 4th ray of harmony comes to you now with the qualities of beauty, harmony, and balance. It empowers you to complete a spiritual initiation. Any conflict you experience now serves your divine purpose. It will eventually become the fuel you need to be born anew. Something negative will be transformed into something positive. The Archangel Gabriel helps you to receive the blessing of the 4th ray of harmony now. When the 4th ray of harmony is active in your life, you are approaching spiritual initiation, which creates a whole new person, a new you. Initiation may begin with feeling torn between 2 choices or realities. You may wonder if you have what it takes to get through this. You do. As you discover your strength to be patient with the process rather than trying to force an outcome prematurely, eventually you will outgrow the conflict altogether, emerging as a wiser, more powerful you. You will have gained a positive outcome from what was once considered to be a negative situation. When the 4th ray of harmony becomes stronger in your soul, avoid becoming scattered, out of balance, or swinging from one extreme to the other in thoughts, actions, and emotions. You will need to keep grounding yourself and being moderate rather than all or nothing in your life choices. This will create your successful outcome more swiftly than trying to force something to happen immediately. The challenge and the gift with the 4th ray of harmony is the increased sensitivity to beauty it engenders. Music takes on a whole new emotional depth. The beauty or chaos in your environment, and even the colours you wear, has more impact than unusual. You can use this increased sensitivity to your advantage by choosing art, music, colours, and so on that feel good for you. The mainstream is still operating in a fear-based energy. With increased sensitivity, you can at times be more affected by this. If you are experiencing increased negativity, depression, doubt, fear, or emotional instability, this is likely why. You can overcome this without shutting down. When you sense it happening, respond with a loving discipline. You might meditate, journal, dance, create art, listen to music, exercise, have a bath, or spend time in nature, bringing yourself back to balance. This ray has a special connection to the arts and guides you to create. You are encouraged to trust your own creativity, to enjoy it, and to use it to help heal yourself and perhaps others too. When Archangel Gabriel enters your life, there will be an emphasis on the use of sound for healing and balance. So the words you use, affirmations for example, and the invocations in this deck will be very powerful. So will music. You may use sound to help balance and restore your energy. You'll know when it has worked because you'll feel happier and find life simpler. You may not immediately solve an issue, but start doing what you need to take care of yourself, knowing resolution is on its way. Great, so I'm going to leave it there. And yes, about the music and the healing, there are so many beautiful healing meditations and healing music available on the internet now, chakra healings and the frequency healing meditations, which are really beautiful to listen to. Or even this week, I was listening to some of that feel-good music, the good old 70s music from the past that just uplifts energy and grounding by coming and sitting in the garden and going for walks along the beach and meditating and tuning in and connecting to spirit wherever and however, and possible in your day. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm sending you out lots and lots of love and light, and I hope to connect in with you very soon, and all the best for now. Bye for now.